What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Akil McLeod back with another video, and today we're gonna hit up PLATO'S to see if I can find anything good to flip online. And of course, you guys know the focus is always shoes first, but I'm gonna check the clothing section, of course, just in case they might come across something really good. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so as usual, we hit up the shoe section first, and I came across a pair of these Nike Reacts. Super comfortable shoe, but they were a little too beat up for me, and they weren't my size, so I didn't even want to waste any time on those. Next was a pair of Dapper 9.5 Tours, and I just sold 3 pairs of tennis shoes the other day that I actually sourced from Poshmark. Problem with these is that they're actually missing the insole for one of them, so I probably will pass on those, but that's a very good shoe to be on the lookout for because they sell for some good profit. And next was a pair of these leather Janoskis, and these were kind of dope if you like a Chelsea boot kind of shoe, but for 50 bucks I definitely just had to pass on those because I knew they wasn't going to be worth it. And this was something else that I had to take a closer look at. This is a pair of Reebok CrossFit shoes, and at one point CrossFit shoes for Reebok used to sell for a lot of money. I would always at least double, triple up my money anytime I pick these up, but lately I can't even sell them for 30 bucks. So I'm gonna do some research really quick, but I doubt I'll pick those up. Next was a pair of some Jordans. I think these were like a Westbrook, but for 30 bucks. I checked the comps on those as well, and they wasn't selling for much, so of course I had to put those back. Here's another pair of Reacts, super comfortable shoe, and I even tried this one on in store. I need a size 11 on these for sure, but definitely a very dope shoe. But in terms of resale, I didn't think there was enough profit in them to pick them up. And here's a pair of Adidas Pods, and Pods are always in Ross, sometimes 30 bucks brand new, and I even seen them in the outlets for like 20 something bucks with the box, and I still wasn't picking them up. So of course for 40 bucks I had to pass on them. Now this is something interesting. I was actually going to pick these up for the personal, but size 10 was a little too small. But I had to run the comps on these as well because even though I like Prestos, they usually sell for about 60 bucks. So for me, picking them up for 30 just wouldn't be worth it. And here was another pair of Prestos, but I think these are the Presto Flies or Presto Essentials. Whatever it is, they were asking 35 bucks, but it was missing the other shoelace on this. So for me, I just had to pass. Even though you can always pick up another pair of shoelaces, it's really not worth the time and energy to just try to do that, especially since they don't sell for much. Now here was a pair of Toms. As you guys can see, those came straight out of Ross, and even though they're brand new, Toms to me don't usually sell for much, so I had to put those back as well. Now this is something that I was actually kind of surprised to see, that this was just a pair of ponies. Just looking at the leather quality, I thought it might have been somewhat of like a luxury type of shoe. So drop a comment if you guys are familiar with pony. I know these are more for like some of the OG sneakerheads that used to rock these type of shoes. I actually like the colorway a lot, but in terms of resale, ponies don't sell for much, so they had to go back. Next, I came across this pair of Doc Martens, and I actually just sold a similar pair, and I think they were in brown, and those sold for about 60 bucks on eBay. So for 40 bucks in PLATO'S, it was just way too much, so I had to put those back. Now, speaking of way too much, this was just a simple pair of Nike Zoom Fly SPs, and for $65, they was definitely tripping, so I had to put those back immediately. Now, next up, we came across something good finally, a nice pair of Air Max 270s, and these were not, to me, these were in pretty good condition, and I hope they were in my size, but they were a little too small, so I couldn't take these for the personal collection. But definitely this is going to be something I'm going to be scooping up. 35 bucks. I wish it was a little cheaper, but it is what it is. After I clean these up, these should sell for some good money. Now next, I came across this pair of Jordans, but these were CP3s, and if you guys know about Jordan and the whole CP3 like collection, none of them are really worth any money. I think maybe the 13s probably sell for the most amount of profit, but anytime I come across some Jordans with a CP3 logo, I usually always pass on them because they're not worth much. And this particular model, same thing. I think comps were like 40 bucks. Now this was something interesting. This was a pair of Scottie Pippen 2s, and I wish it wasn't the original bread colorway, but it is what it is. I'll probably still pick this up even though they're in the blue and white colorway. And it was a size 14, as you guys can see, and the price was 35 bucks. So still something I'm gonna have to do some research on. I know if it was the bread colorway, I probably would have got a little more money for these, but I still think I might take a chance on these only because these shoes are kind of old. I think these came out maybe like 2005 or something like that. So this is definitely kind of nostalgic for me, at least, because I remember growing up seeing these in stores. So I'm going to take a chance and see how those do. Now, next up, I checked the clothing section really quickly. Didn't spend too much time in this section, but I came across a pair of shorts that were really dope, and these are some Nike SB shorts. And the funny thing is, I already own this same pair of shorts, but I'm gonna still pick these up for the personal anyway, because it is what it is. I hardly ever find these shorts in my size, and when I do, gotta pick it up. Now I'm just going to run through the clothing section really quickly, and hopefully I can find something good in here. So far it's just a ton of like college team stuff. I usually always see like University of Arizona stuff in here, but we'll keep looking through and see if I can find anything special. So far it just looks like somebody donated their entire Colorado Rockies collection, and just some simple Vikings t-shirts in here. Nothing crazy for the most part, but then I started seeing some jerseys, and I got a little excited at first because I'm thinking I might come across something dope, but for the most part none of them were stitched, and those are the type of jerseys I prefer to sell, the jerseys that are stitched and the official NFL ones. Those sell for a ton of profit, but none of these jerseys had anything good about them. This one was Maurice Jones-Drew. Shout out if you remember him. He was a good running back, but the comps on this was kind of trash. Now, this was also something I had to do some more research on, and I actually left this behind. So drop a comment if you guys are familiar with this jersey, familiar with this team. I looked at the tag, and I know this was a remake. I know like the vintage Adidas stuff usually has that tag, something similar to it, but I could tell they just kind of remade this. So it wasn't the original like vintage type of jersey, so I passed on it. And of course it was $30, so that was a big reason why I passed. But drop a comment, let me know if you guys think I did the right thing, if I should probably run back and see if I can pick this jersey up, because for $30 I didn't think it was worth it. Now, this jersey in particular was one of the worst fakes I've seen in a very long time. Now, for those of you that don't know how to tell if a jersey is real or fake, the stitching on this would never be this terrible, and the size tag would never just say XXL that way. So this jersey was a really, really bad fake. Shout out to Bo Jackson, he's a legend, but this jersey was just a terrible, terrible fake. Now, this Mariners jersey got me excited. I was hoping it might be Griffey, maybe Ichiro, and it was brand new with tags, but as soon as I flipped it over, it was definitely like a custom jersey. I don't know who King Felix is, but this definitely isn't going to be worth trying to flip, so I just put that one back. And I was with my wife today, so she picked up a couple stuff for herself, got a couple nice rompers or dresses, whatever this is called, but she got something good, and we just headed out. Alright, y'all, so we are back in the crib, and the first pair that I'm going to show you guys from PLATO'S is this pair of Air Max 270s, and these are in a really dope colorway. And honestly, if these were my size, I would have kept these for sure, but these are in a size 9, so way too small for me. But for $35, I felt like it was worth the investment, and I should definitely be able to double up my money on these at the very least. I seen comp sell for as much as $70 plus shipping, and some others that was 90 plus shipping. So once I clean these up and make these look really good, I'll probably shoot up for a little higher than that, maybe $85, somewhere along those lines, and just make sure that I can at least double up my profit. But I'll keep you guys updated and let you guys know how these sell. But for the most part, I'm expecting these to at least double up my money. Next up was this pair of Nike SB shorts, and the funny thing is I already own this same exact pair of shorts, just in a different size. But people like me, drop a comment if you're this way. When you like something, and sometimes you gotta double up on it just to ensure that once the one pair is just worn out, I have another one on deck. So that's exactly what I did, and for only $12, I figured why not. As you guys know, I usually don't keep anything that I source or I find thrifting, so this was definitely a nice little find. And last but not least, in my opinion, I think this is the find of the day. This is a pair of the Scottie Pippen 2s in that blue and white colorway. These aren't the original like bread colorway, that black and red colorway, but I do remember when the Pippen 2s originally retroed, they were sitting on shelves. Nobody was really interested in these, and the bread colorway, same thing. But these are in a size 14, and as you guys can see from the tag, let me see if I can show you guys a closer look. These were actually from 2006, so kind of an old shoe, and I should be able to attract some decent amount of attention on these. And after checking the comps were all over the place as well, so I'm not even sure how to price it. I'm thinking maybe 120, 150, somewhere around those lines, just to make sure that I can get some good profit on these. But we'll see. I just have to do some more research, because the comps were definitely kind of confusing to me, but I knew for a fact that these shoes didn't retro in a while, so it was definitely still a good idea to pick these up. So drop a comment, let me know what you guys think about today's pickups. I'm going to try to list these as soon as possible, but still very happy with today's finds from PLATO'S, because for the most part, anytime I go to PLATO'S, they usually don't have anything good, but this time around I should be able to make some decent profit with these finds. Alright, y'all, that's all I got for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
For the winner, cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Move just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it. I should've never offered it. I'm tight and now I'm off this shit.